Guys, my screen is visible for you. Anyone? My screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir, it
sir.
is visible.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So today's class will check on the maximum utilization factor. So what is the maximum utilization factor, and what are the like different conditions for maximum utilization factor that we are going to check in the today's session. Okay. Um, so let me start with it then. So for maximum utilization factor, the value, I think in the last class I was here only, I was explaining about the maximum utilization factor, and I explained you why V2 should be minimum here. So the maximum utilization factor is nothing but work done or work developed by energy available at the rotor. So energy available at the rotor is nothing but work done plus loss in kinetic energy at the outlet. So this will be the what thing for the V2 square S. So V2 square by 2. So for the maximum utilization factor, V2 is nothing but your loss. So this loss should be minimum. If our V2 is minimum, so our utilization factor automatically becomes maximum. That is what they are saying over here. So it is apparent that V2 is having minimum value, then it is axial or radial. Okay. So next is this. Okay, so V2 should be minimum. It is apparent that V2 is having minimum value when it is axial or radial. So this also I was explaining you over there. So what I was explaining you, for example, let us say like this is the V2 and this is your VW2 and this is your VF2. Now what they are saying, it is apparent that V2 is having minimum value when it is axial or radial. Now when it comes axially or radially, if V2 is equal to VF2, then V2 is minimum. So whenever I say the V2 is minimum, it is assuming the condition of V2 equal to VF2. So what is VF2 given by generally? VF2 is given by V2 sine, sorry, correct? V2 sine alpha 2. Yes. So V2 sine alpha 2. Now alpha 2, if it is 0, then only this VF2 becomes 0. Otherwise, if alpha 2 is 90 degree, then VF2 becomes equal to V2. So alpha 2 should be equal to 90 degree then. If alpha 2 is 90 degree, our VW2 becomes 0. So VW2 is what? V2 cos alpha 2. So alpha 2 is 90, cos 90 is 0. So therefore VW2 becomes 0 and V2 equal to VF2. That will be the condition. At that time the velocity triangles look like this. So this is V2 equal to VF2. Okay, and this will be only the VR2. So in other words, wheel velocity is 0 at exit. Okay. So this is how the velocity triangle looks like. Just a second. Okay. So this is how the velocity triangles look like. You can see here that this is V2 equal to V of 2 and this is beta 2. This is U, and this will be our VW1. Okay, so this is the maximum utilization factor velocity triangle. Okay, so I think you can draw this velocity triangle quickly. Draw this velocity triangle, and further I can proceed. And take this condition, write the condition of this. Quickly take this condition. These derivations are important. Is it done? In the last class only I have explained you all these things, so therefore I will not go in detail about this. So can I change the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maximum utilization factor is absolute maximum and equal to unity when alpha 1 equal to 0. So this condition is called as zero angle turbine. Okay, this condition is called as zero angle turbine. We just take this statement here. Epsilon is absolute maximum and equal to unity when alpha 1 equal to 0. So when alpha 1 equal to 0, V sine 0 becomes 0. So V2 becomes equals to 0. So this results in zero angle turbine. Okay. Okay, I will change again. Okay, so now this represents the ideal turbine which is impossible to attain, because even alpha 1 can be 0, but finite velocity V2 at an axial component is necessary to provide steady flow. So here means what? So we can say that alpha 1 can be 0. So sorry, the alpha 1 can be 0. That means what? Without any inclination, the jet has to hit the turbine. That is the meaning here. So nozzle should not take any inclination here. It has to be in a horizontal way. This is possible condition. But though this is possible condition, we cannot say that our V2 will be equal to 0. So V2 cannot be equal to 0 because it shows that it fails to explain the energy efflux equal to energy influx, that is mass conservation energy. So that will be difficult to explain over here. So for that reason V2 cannot be equal to 0, or we can say that V2 can be equal to Vf2, but V2 cannot be equal to 0 at any condition. So this is what we say if it is the case of alpha 1 is 0. So this is just an impossible to attain, or this is what we say it is just an imaginary thing. Okay, so it is just for the analysis purpose. We can say mathematically V2 can be equal to 0, but in practical way our velocity at exit cannot be equal to 0 at any case. Okay, so this is the thing over here. So next, coming to are you understanding now what do you mean by V2 equal to 0? V2 equal to 0 means there is no outlet velocity. Whatever is coming inside the turbine, it is getting consumed over there only, and there is no water which is going outside. So which is not at all true, which cannot be true at all. So if there is some water inletting, so 100% there should be some outlet. Otherwise it doesn't make any sense, because all the water will be consumed inside in the turbine. There is no energy spent outside. So which is not possible, or which is not true at all. Okay, so that is the condition over here. So this is the zero angle turbine velocity triangle. Again, I will ask you to just draw this zero angle velocity turbine. I will just erase this. So I just want you to take this zero angle turbine.
Sir, even Jaden is very slow, sir.
Yeah, I let him in. Have you taken this velocity triangle?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
shall I take it?
Guys, whatever I'll be explaining on the slide now, try to note it down, because you might get all these things. I will send you the PPTs, but what I have written on the slide, you will not get those things, those short explanations. I want you to write it down, otherwise it's not possible. However, I'll be recording all the sessions and I will be uploading it. That's not a problem. I will be uploading it in the YouTube. You can go through or check it out again. But if it is okay, if you can write down whatever I will write on the slides, mean what whenever I will be doing. Okay. Okay, so this is okay. So now condition for maximum utilization factor in impulse turbine. So whenever I say the turbine is impulse type, I am implicating that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
You will record this and upload on YouTube, sir. Sir,
yeah, I will be.
what is your channel name, sir?
I will send you. I will send you the links. Okay.
Sir, I will subscribe and like, sir.
Okay. Later on, I'm just don't disturb. Useless.
You can share also.
So fine. So condition for maximum utilization factor in impulse turbine, R is equals to 0. So whenever I will be talking about the impulse turbine, my degree of reaction, whatever I will be taking, that will be equal to 0. Then only we say that it is an impulse turbine type. Okay. So now this is the condition here, impulse turbine. So what we will take here, we consider our degree of reaction R equal to be 0. So whenever I do that, substitute in this. So let us say V2 equal to V1 square sine square alpha 1. See, how can I say that? This also I have explained in the last class, but I think it might be in hurry. So I'm just explaining it again. So this is V1. This is U. And this is V2. So I can say that this, if this is alpha 1, V1 equal to, if I split it, so this is alpha 1, this becomes V1 sine alpha 1, which is equal to V2. So V2 equal to V1 sine alpha 1, that I am substituting over here. So V1 minus V1 square sine square alpha 1. So V1 square minus R V1 square sine square alpha 1. V1 take it common, that remains into 1 minus sine square alpha 1 by 1 minus R sine square alpha 1. Okay, so 1 minus sine square alpha 1 is nothing but cos square alpha 1. So that becomes, if R equal to 0, if I substitute this to be 0, this whole will be equal to 0. Only remaining thing is what? Cos square alpha 1 by 1. So that becomes cos square alpha 1. So Emax is equals to cos square alpha 1 in case of impulse turbine. Okay, the maximum utilization factor for impulse turbine will be cos square alpha 1. Is it done? Okay, so further I will go now. Okay, what it is. Now I'll be deciding, or I'll be defining here something called as speed ratio. This is one of the important thing here. Speed ratio. What is the speed ratio? Is it is the ratio of blade velocity to the absolute velocity. What is speed ratio? It is the ratio of blade velocity to the absolute velocity. The blade velocity is given by U and absolute velocity is given by V1. Okay, so speed ratio is denoted by phi. So phi equal to U by V1. So that is what the speed ratio is all about. Okay, so now start defining here. Use your trigonometry. Cos alpha 1. If I want to define cos alpha 1, so what is cos? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Correct? So adjacent by hypotenuse gives you cos alpha 1. Why it is U plus U? OBC and OCD are similar. OBC and OCD are similar. Can anyone can anyone prove that these two triangles are similar? Can anyone do that? VR2, this is V2, this is VR1, this is beta, and this will be also beta, let us say. Mm, yeah, so they are saying that OBC and OCD are similar. So can anybody say how can we prove that it is similar?
Both are right angles to C.
Okay, no, both are right angles means what do you mean by similar? There are some postulates if you remember. If I want to say something has to be similar, there are some postulates. Do you remember?
Is equal to OD, sir.
Huh?
OB is equal to OD.
Why?
BC equals to CD. Equal
Why?
the length of the base.
While seeing, you cannot say that. So let us say we have to use the SAS postulate or AA postulate or ASA postulate. Those we have to use here. For example, let us say OC equal to OC. Correct? Because it is a common side. Yes or no?
Sir.
OC equal to
Angle OB.
angle OCB is equal to angle OCD. Angle OCB equal to
Right angle.
angle OCD because it is right angle. Correct. One more angle we
Right
have to
angle.
prove that it is OBC is equal to ODC. What we can say, blade angles are equal.
Right angle.
Okay. So by ASA postulate, by ASA angle side angle postulate, we can say that triangle OBC is similar to triangle OCD. Yes or no? When this is there, we can say that BC equal to CD. Why BC equal to CD? What we can say this reason? This reason is CPCT we say. What is CPCT means? What is CPCT means?
Corresponding parts of congruent triangle.
Wow, very good, yeah, very good. So that is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So that is CPCT. So therefore BC equal to CD, that means this is also equal to U. Yes, therefore this is also equal to U. Now considering this triangle, what I can say here, cos alpha 1 is given by cos alpha 1 is given by AC by OA. Correct? AC by OA. AC equal to what? U plus U. OA equal to V1. So U plus U becomes 2U by V1. So as I already defined, U by V1 is nothing but 5. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So thus for Emax, speed ratio should be equal to, so that means what? Cos alpha 1 is equal to 2 phi. So phi should be equal to cos alpha 1 by 2. So for maximum utilization factor, my speed ratio should be equal to cos alpha 1 by 2. So for zero angle turbine, I'll just erase it. Is somebody writing it? Is somebody writing it? Because I will. Okay. Otherwise, I will erase it. Done?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just erase these things. Okay. So now you can see that for zero angle turbine, speed ratio U by V1 is equals to phi equal to 1 by 2. Okay. So they had given this ratio over here. So for impulse turbine, the nozzle angle should be small. If for example, let us consider if alpha 1 equal to 20 degree, so cos alpha 1 is cos 20, that is equal to 0.94. Therefore, the speed ratio phi is equal to U by V1 equal to 0.47. So we have to divide this 0.94 divided by 2. So if you divide 0.97 divided by 2, that becomes 0.487, 0.47. Okay, so next, the nozzle angle usually between 15 to 20 degree. The factor U by V1 is an useful parameter to judge the utilization factor. Okay. Now coming to, we have seen the utilization factor for impulse turbine. Now I am seeing the utilization factor condition for 50% reaction turbine. Okay. So this is how it looks, common base. Okay. These conditions you already know. So whenever I say it is a 50% reaction turbine, we know that the triangles are symmetrical. Okay. So that is what V1 equal to VR2, VR1 equal to V2, and the condition is V2 must be axial. With this condition, the velocity triangles are drawn as shown in the figure. Okay. Now utilization factor is given by what? E max equal to 1 minus sin square alpha 1 by 1 minus r sin square alpha 1. So 1 minus sin square alpha 1 is cos square alpha 1, 1 minus r sin square alpha 1. Okay. Now r is how much here? R is 50%, that is 0.5. So I am substituting r has to be 0.5. Now r is 0.5. So let us say this is 1 by 2. Take the LCM. I'll just do it here. Cos square alpha 1 by 1 minus 1 by 2 sin square alpha 1. Take the LCM, that is 2 here. 2 minus 1 sin square alpha 1. This 2 is an LCM now. So that becomes 2 above. That becomes 2 cos square alpha 1. So 2 minus sin square alpha 1. 2 minus sin square alpha 1 can be written as what? 2 minus 1 minus cos square alpha 1. Correct? So if I write it as 1 minus cos square alpha 1, that becomes 2 minus 1 plus cos square alpha 1. That is 1 plus cos square alpha 1. Are you getting this, guys? Yes or no?
So for which one are you saying, sir?
Huh?
For which one is this, sir?
For which one this means?
Oh, for this 2 cos square alpha, cos square alpha 1.
Huh? I'm not getting you. What you are asking?
From where you get cos alpha 1?
That only I am showing you it here now. So let us, this one also you are not getting. The main equation only you are talking about.
Yeah.
This E max equal to 1 minus sin square alpha 1. This equation you are talking about.
What you wrote here, sir? What you wrote right side?
Here.
Ah.
Okay. This equation is the main equation. E max equal to 1 minus sin square alpha 1. By definition only I will get this, because we have already derived this definition back only. So this is 1 minus sin r. This is okay now.
You wrote? Yeah, that is okay.
Okay. Now 1 minus sin square alpha 1 can be written as cos square alpha 1 by this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now r is how much here?
0.5.
0.5. So this is what? Cos square alpha 1 by 1 minus 0.5 sin square alpha 1. So can I write 0.5 as 1 by 2?
Yeah.
That only I am doing it here. I will just show you again here. Hmm. So this, from this I am taking it directly now. So that becomes what? Cos square alpha 1 by, I am using 0.5 to be 1 minus 1 by 2 sin square alpha 1. Okay. Now take the LCM. What is the LCM here? 2. If I take 2 as the LCM, so cos square alpha 1 2 minus sin square alpha 1 whole divided by 2. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So 2 brings about, 2 comes about. So that becomes what? 2 cos square alpha 1 by 2 minus, I am writing sin square alpha 1 as 1 minus cos square alpha 1. Can I do that?
Correct.
Correct. So that becomes 2 cos square alpha 1 by 2 minus 1 plus cos square alpha 1. Correct?
Correct.
So 2 minus 1 is how much?
1 plus cos square
1,
alpha.
1 plus cos square alpha 1. This is how I got the 2 cos square alpha 1 by 1 plus cos square alpha 1. Okay? Okay. Now, from velocity triangles OAB, if I consider OAB, what is cos alpha here? Cos alpha is given by AB by OA. Correct? So AB is how much? U. OA is V1. So again, what is U by V1 then?
Speed ratio.
5. Speed ratio. Correct? So now, instead of cos alpha 1, I can substitute 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's substitute here then. So speed ratio 5 equal to U by V1 cos alpha 1. Have they substituted? No, they have not substituted. They are just showing you condition for the maximum utilization factor. U by V1 is equals to cos alpha 1. That is what? For maximum utilization factor, speed ratio is given by U by V1, which is equal to cos alpha 1. Okay, understood this one?
So should we write that completely down?
What?
Should we write that completely down, sir?
If you want to write, you can write. Otherwise, it's left to you.
Is it necessary for
What?
They asked this as a derivation thing.
They will ask it as derivation. They ask the conditions for maximum utilization factor, for impulse turbine, for 50% reaction turbine, for 100% react. All these things they will ask. What? Therefore, I am doing it now. Otherwise, why I will do?
I'm writing.
You are writing.
Okay, I took screenshot.
Let's left to you. Whatever you want, I will give the time. Okay, fine. Now, lastly, for this module, I will finish off this module by comparison of energy transfer. Okay, when both have same blade speed. So this is the first thing. Okay, and both have same blade speed. Say when both means what? Inlet and outlet. We have both means not all the turbines here. Whenever I talk both, in the sense I am talking about the inlet and the outlet velocity. Okay. Energy transfer by impulse turbine is given by U1 VW1 minus U2 VW2. So U1 2U1 VW1 by GC. Okay. I am just changing it again. Okay. So this is what the condition is. So we can say that here again I already proved that they are similar, therefore this is also U1. So we can say that VW1 is equal to U1 plus U1, therefore we can say it is 2U1. So that is, instead of writing VW1, I am writing the U1 2U1, so that becomes 2U1 square. So by GC. Understood this part? Okay. So energy transfer by 50% reaction turbine is given by this much U1 UR VW1. Okay. So that is UR square. This is GC. Okay. Energy transfer by 50% reaction turbine. This is for impulse turbine. You just make a note of it. Okay. When, what is the condition here? when they both have the same blade speed. At that condition we are talking about here. Okay. By comparing the equation 2.33 and 2.34, it is clear that the energy transfer per unit mass of fluid in impulse turbine is twice that of 50% reaction turbine for the same blade speed when utilization is maximum. Are you understanding here? See here, what is the energy transfer for impulse turbine? It is 2u square, 2u1 square. What is the work energy transfer? What is the energy transfer in reaction turbine? It is just u1 square. So if we compare these two things for the blades, for the same blade speed, the work done or the energy transfer in the impulse turbine is twice that of the reaction turbine. Are you getting this one? Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay. Can anybody say which equation is this? What is this equation called as?
Energy transfer.
Which equation is that? Quickly, someone.
The
Energy transfer.
Euler turbine equation. We start with this. Euler turbine equation it is. Those who are not understanding or who are missed the classes, 100% by today I will upload the YouTube class, all the YouTube recorded sessions. You please go through that things because these are important. Now I am starting the constructions of velocity triangles in the next coming chapters. So at that time you should not say no sir, I don't know this equation only. So for that reason I will upload this by today or tomorrow. So you just go through all these sessions before starting the third one. Okay, third module. Now
Sir,
when
sir,
both
sir.
tell.
I'm writing the previous one.
Okay.
Sir, we should be watching full video now, sir.
What?
We should watch full video now, sir.
It's left to you. I'm not doing it for subscription now. I'm just for your sake I'm doing it. I'm not getting anything from it.
Okay, sir. When you created this account, sir?
I think 1 month back, hopefully, yes.
Yeah, sir, lockdown. YouTubers.
So we like a bit and channel.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. If you do also, it's good. If you don't do also, it's good. I have no problem with it. Okay.
Sir, we will share with our friends also, sir.
Okay.
Other English teachers.
Gafar, understood. I understood what you are talking. Okay, done. All the best. Do it. Okay. When both have same energy transfer. So that means what? The reaction turbine, the energy transfer due to reaction and the energy transfer due to impulse. If they are similar. So that means what? UR square is equal to 2U1 square. Those which we have derived. Okay, that are equal. So that means what? UR is 1.414 U1. Okay. There will be no restriction on the absolute velocity and nozzle, impulse and reaction turbine. Okay. When V1 and alpha 1 are same in both machines. So when V1 and alpha 1 are same in both machines, so at that time what we can say 2 equal to, I am just replacing these two, I am cross multiplying it, 2U1 equal to V1 cos alpha 1. So for 50% reaction turbine it is given by U by V1 equal to 5, that is cos alpha 1, therefore U equal to V1 cos alpha 1. So now comparing these two things, we can say that U1 equal to V1 cos alpha 1 by 2, or that is nothing but V1 cos alpha 1 is nothing but UR. So we can say hence UR equal to 2U1. This is the third condition now. Okay. Are you getting this or you want me to any explanation over here?
No, sir.
Okay.
So
Now,
we'll take a screenshot.
whatever you want to do. If both the impulse and 50% reaction turbine have the same nozzle angle and the absolute velocity, then for maximum utilization factor, the rotational speed for 50% reaction turbine should be double that of the impulse turbine. So if the absolute velocity and nozzle angle are same, then the blade speed which we get in the reaction turbine is greater than the blade speed, or it is double than the blade speed which we get in the impulse turbine for same V1 and alpha 1. Okay. Okay, so lastly, comparison of impulse and 50% reaction turbine. I think you have the next class now. This I will do it later. Okay, till here we have finished it. Okay, so fine then, guys.
Sir, marks, sir.
Marks now. Just a second, I will show. But you will just a second.